Hello, Brobs. We're back with Napoleon, bisexual emperor, which he wasn't. I mean, who even knows if he was emperor? Major General Frank Richardson, who provided zero evidence of anything at all, basically. Chapter 3, Footnotes. Some psychological influences. Footnote 1. One of the many curious anonymous books published during or soon after I'm not saying N. Sounds like the N word, bruv. Napoleon's lifetime purports to be extracts from his own writing selected by an officer of his household. Didn't I already do this one? I think I did, bruv. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I did do it. Alright, let's get on to fucking chapter 4. Chapter 4, The Spectrum of Sex. See note 4, chapter 1. Why do we have to see that again? Where is that motherfucker? And tried to... I'm not doing that. This is... Next time, move your bookmark. Footnote 2. During the first stage in the process of development, the infant derives sensual pleasure from stimulation of various parts of his body. Thumb sucking is an example. This autoerotic stage is succeeded at about the age of 4 by a latent period during which, in the process of education, the sexual instinct is repressed and its driving force may be sublimated, i.e., directed into useful or respectable channels. Various aberrations at this period, according to Freud, may sow the seeds of future deviations of the sexual instinct. Next, for a time, the child finds pleasure in associating with members of its own sex in the normal or physiological homosexual... What the fuck is this? Homosexual friendships may occur but may pass through this phase more or less unconsciously. What period of the time of life is this? In Les Enfants Terribles, Jean Cocteau calls it a state of desire, chaste, innocent of aim or name. From this state, the fortunate majority pass happily on and fix their attention on the opposite sex, leaving the time of boys' derision. For the time... I hope the fuck that wasn't all in... whatchamacallit. For the time of boys' desire, as Cocteau puts it, but some may linger in a stage of development which they should have outgrown and get fixed there, less from choice than from misunderstanding of themselves. In less simple cases, there may now develop the deviations of which the seeds were sown in earlier life, and the psychoanalyst must try to trace back and unravel the process which set the patient on the wrong road. There are many wrong roads, many criminal or merely curious activities have been attributed to the driving power of deviated sexual feelings, ranging from fire-raising, shoplifting, etc., through minor sadistic activities to terrible mutilations and murder. Sadism, in which sexual emotions are aroused by infliction of pain, and masochism, in which there is a desire to be humiliated or treated. That was a first time use of that. Treated. I was treated. I mean, honestly, created spelled the same way. I was treated cruelly, bruv. Often coexist as sadomasochism. Sadism is fairly common because hate has been said to be a stronger motive power than love. I can't remember any time when I said, hey, treat me brutally, motherfucker. Never. And I'm pretty much an alien from outer space. Aggression, an atavistic instinct, even more essential than procreation to the survival of the species, Sadism, often in only minor forms and other deviations, very often coexists with homosexuality, the commonest deviation of all. Unhappiness can result from failure to comprehend the complexity of the spectrum of sex as it applies to an individual himself or to partners in a marriage, when one or other may not conform to an idealized picture based upon lovers on stage or screen. Innocent victims of various deviations too often do not give a doctor a chance to help them to adjust themselves to life before they have come into conflict with the law. Dr. L.P. Clark, a New York psychiatrist, writing in 1929 in the New York Medical Journal and Record, made a detailed study of N's narcissism from early youth and through a baneful career of literally posing for posterity. Posing for portraits and busts released his Roman pretensions, and Canova's colossal nude statue, of which only the head is Napoleon's, the body that of a superb Greek athlete, pleases our newly fledged emperor very much, linking him with Alexander, Caesar, and Charlemagne. Dr. Clark's diagnosis, expressed in Freudian terms, is that the dominant fixations noted in Napoleon's character are preeminently oral erotism, with an admixture of the power mechanism of the anal character. All right, now we're getting some fucking weird shit. Acquisitiveness, acquisitiveness of power rather than its autocratic consolidation and perpetuation. Dr. Clark explains that Napoleon directed the painter David how to paint the coronation, but he does not mention that David was ordered to include Madame Mère in the scene, though she was not there. A Freudian might detect here an unconscious desire for the mother's love, which was denied to the omnipotent emperor. Footnote 4. General Baron Jean-Baptiste Antoine Marcelin Marbeau, 1782 to 1854, son of a general who was a friend of Bonaparte and Lannes. He remembered his father in 1799 when he found the best rooms in inns and the freshest post horses reserved for Bonaparte, saying, "There's the beginning of omnipotence." Napoleon undertook to act a father's part to young Marcelin after his father's death. Marbeau was aide-de-camp to Lannes, who died in his arms after Essling. His experiences, related in racy memoirs, are said to have been Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's model for his flamboyant character, Brigadier Giraud. Footnote 5. Dr. Hillemond cites many examples of Napoleon's urge to slaughter animals, even the pet goats, of little Hortense Bertrand in St. Helena. He actually bought a flock of goats in order to make of them un horrible carnage. Count Balmain's letter describing this began, "Les sang coule Longwood." What does that mean? I mean, why don't you put a footnote for the French that most of us English bastards, well, I'm an American English bastard, don't understand. I don't even want to understand, actually. All right, that's all. Goodbye.